I'm Em Cooper. I'm a stand-up comedian and feeling really excited to perform tonight, and just sweating the right amount, which is great.
We love to make you laugh. You're very, really with funny. All the jokes we have. You're very, really funny. That's why we do what we do. You're very, really we funny. Love to make you laugh. You're very, really Vancouver, funny. We love your laugh. It's YVR Funny.
Welcome to the stage, Em Cooper! All right, beautiful people. Oh, guys, stop. You shouldn't. Keep going. No, stop. All right. Guys, I got this face, okay? And I'm not bragging, but this is a face that people love to tell their secrets to. Yeah. This is a face that hears like a lot of trauma on the bus. Yeah. No one knows what gender this face is, but they do want to tell it exactly why they're going to the doctor's office. Real fun. Real fun. So I walk. Yeah. I was walking home late, and this woman saw me in the distance, and she did that thing you do, ladies, where she casually, just real casually, just crossed over to the other side of the street. Yeah, ladies, am I right? Ladies, are we scared? Yes, we are. Okay. So she did that, and I was furious. And I wasn't mad that she thought I was a guy. I am 6'1", and I dress like a German applying to be part of Kraftwerk. Okay, I get what I did. Yeah. I wasn't even mad she thought I was an attacker, but I was furious that she thought I was so out of shape I couldn't go get her. Are you kidding me? I could get you. Come on. I could get you. No, seriously, guys, I could get you. I just want everyone in this room right here, right now. I've scoped out the exits. I could get you, okay? Like, it bothers me, though, because I've been working remotely from home and I haven't been biking as much, so I'm not quite as fast, but I could still get you. Okay, so I just let it be known I could get you. No, so look at. I'm like 85% legs and like 14% repressed rage, 1% hope I could get you. So are we on board with this? This is not the energy you guys thought you were gonna get from this face, not the energy you thought you were gonna get. That's fine. Growing up, I was called a girl, and lately I feel like I've been kind of swinging through the gender spectrum, surprise, surprise, and I don't want to swing too far, because then I would be a white man, and whoo, it's just not a good time to join the team, right? It's just not a good time to join the team. Wow, is it ever not a good time to join the team? Becoming a white man now would be like joining the Chicago Bulls in 1999. All right? Yeah. Yeah, part of the audience. Wow. 1999, for those of you who don't care about this, is when Jordan left, Pippen left, okay? Coach Phil Jackson, he left. He didn't take the triangle offense with him, but frankly, no one who was around could still be trusted to execute it properly. They were a dynasty, and then they became so bad, they could barely get televised, okay? And I know no one in this room cares about this. I understand that, okay? I understand no one here cares, but this is being televised. And my sports dad is going to be watching, and he's going to want to show his old boys hockey team, and I really want to get this point through to them, so it's a safe space for them too, okay? Right? Yes. Safe spaces look different for different people. They were a dynasty. They fell so hard. So what I'm saying for white men is, hey, guys, it's a rebuilding year. It's a rebuilding year. Maybe people at home will laugh at that. That's fine. More of a rebuilding decade. The Chicago Bulls, I don't think, are very good still. It's been a while. Anyways, It's hard though, right? In a rebuilding year for men, right? It's good because the pressure's off. You don't have to be on top. You can keep a low profile. It's okay. You can do stuff like work on your feelings. You could do that, right? Men, you could do that. It's hard though. It's hard because we only gave you the one feeling, right, men? We gave you the wall punch, right? It's not enough range, am I right? Yeah, because if you're a man, like first off, your feelings wheel is just a hole through gyprock. That's not great. That's not great. One person who goes to therapy loves that joke. I love that. Cool. Right? But if you're a man and you feel jealous, say, you gotta like punch that guy. And if you're a man and you feel, let's say you feel panicked, you just gotta punch everything, right? And if you're a man and you feel grief, and you feel the sadness welling up inside you, and you're worried it's gonna start coming out, you gotta punch away the tears before anyone sees. Seems stressful, guys. I don't envy it. Yeah. So that's why I've gone for the non-binary. I'm gonna just hang out in the middle here. It's working pretty well for me. But as far as gender goes, I will date anyone of any gender. That's I guess that's my motto. Great. But because I've dated women, I've actually had people ask, they're like, hey, is it more work to date a woman? And I'm like, weird question, but I get you. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, no one's gonna like this joke in this room, okay? Buckle up. Buckle up. It's fine. You guys have all been seen tonight. You're all right. It's a little more work. Be real with me, guys. It's more eye contact at the very least. There's a lot of eye contact. Come on. You guys know what I'm talking about. There's way more eye contact. So much eye contact. It's why I've got glasses now. Oh my gosh. Right? You got to talk about your feelings. You got to be real with people when you're dating a woman. But on the other side of that, you never have to explain you're human. Woo! Yeah. That's a huge time saver. Yeah. That's a huge time saver right there. Highly recommend dating people who know you're a human. So here's the thing I love about being non-binary though. It's really good because I'm not either or. So anyone I date, it kind of looks a little queer. Like no matter what. It's always a little queer. Okay, so you picture the most straight, heterosexual guy you can have. Then you think of Sylvester Stallone and me on a picnic. It's a little gay. It's just a little gay. All right? Yeah, it's a little gay. Me and Jason Statham bowling, kind of gay, right? It's a little off, right? I love that, yeah. Me and Arnold Schwarzenegger doing literally anything, kind of gay. He already looks too good in a tank top. It was already kind of gay just with him. Let's be real. That's my favorite part about it. But people do come up in the street and just start talking to me. And it's kind of fun because one time I was sitting at the communal tables on Granville Island, and this 87-year-old German lady came up to me, moved her cane over as she sat down next to me, looked me in the eyes and said, "Never get married." I was like, whoa! Got so real, we're not even on the bus. Wow, okay. And she proceeded to tell me, hey, look you can let men buy you things, and you can let them take you on dates, but then leave. She seemed kind of mad she didn't do that last step, which I thought was great. And I'm a bit of a pain, so I was like, okay, but what if I want to date like a ladyish femme person? And she was like, oh, she was 87, she was confused, right? She was like, thought about it, and she was like, well, that would be okay, because then you could swap shoes. And I was like, yeah. Correct. You get it. It's a lot of eye contact, but twice the footwear. It works out. It works out. I'm pretty pumped, though, to just, I like when you're older. It feels like you get to say anything, which is cool. I'm also excited to get older because I think I'm going to be an amazing androgynous cougar. I think I'm going to be really good. Thank you. Yeah. I'm excited. I figured it out. I think the two things you need to be a really effective cougar is you need a great outfit and a cool motto. And I got it sorted out, right? Yeah, I got it planned out. I'm going to wear tight snakeskin pants. really high-waisted. I'm going to have a tight white t-shirt tucked into said pants, and my motto is going to be written on that t-shirt across my chest, or like, anyway. And it's going to be, the fruit is always sweetest just before it goes rotten. I'm going to be out on the prowl. I'm excited about it. And I'm just so excited when I'm walking home at night as a cougar. People of all genders will casually cross over to the other side of the street. You guys have been great. I've been Em Cooper.
I thought I could do comedy because I saw a poster at my university, and my friend, it was like a little competition for the campus. So it seems accessible, it's for the campus. And then my friend was like, oh, you could do this. And so then I tried. And I don't even think I ever did the competition, but I like went down to Yuck Yucks to like see what it was all about, and then proceeded to keep going. So yeah, it was just that someone was like, I think you're funny. That's always what you need, that one person. My first time I did stand-up, I was kind of on the way out of I played varsity basketball, and so I was like on the way to quitting that, and I was like, I'm gonna pick up a new skill that's gonna fill this void. And I had also just shaved my head. Unfortunately, Britney Spears shaved her head like a day after in 2007, and then you're like, this is maybe not the best time to just start hanging out with comedians because people have kind of got that obvious joke covered. So I'm bald, I'm doing comedy. And one of my first jokes included some of the weird stuff that I would do around people. Like I would be the person who had like a barrel of monkeys game in their pocket or their purse, and then just like go up to the bar and like engage with strangers. So I was like a magician without magic tricks. Like I had that energy. And so my first set, I had a joke, which is something I had tried, which is like, if you're trying to like pick up someone, but you try to use cat's cradle? No one knows about that. That's not a thing anyone does. And I brought cat's cradle up onto the stage, and I like did cat's cradle because I'm also just like cat's cradle. And then the first time I did it, I wore a ring because I dressed up, and then the string just got stuck. And so I'm just sort of like stuck on stage with string, not realizing you're not supposed to be a prop comic. And I was like, well, I'm gonna just be charming my way out of this, and most of my friends are the front row, so we'll just keep going. So it was fun enough that I kept going, but I don't recommend string comedy. The thing I love most about stand-up is that it's kind of an outlet for me, because I'm a pretty cheerful person, but I am also impacted by the things in the world that don't align with like what I think makes a little more sense. And so when you're that kind of sensitive person, it's really nice to have somewhere to put that that's not just sort of screaming into a pillow. So comedy is my screaming into a pillow in a way that is socially acceptable. Things that I wish people understood about comedy are kind of things that I wish people just understood more in general now. Like comedy is a nice little microcosm for the fact that we're having a hard time chatting with each other these days, and it's not going great. And there's some very big and like understandable reasons for why that's happening. Social media, a lot of information, people can't focus, like, okay, but comedy is sort of an area where that discussion has been happening even a little bit longer. And it's also an area where I think you can bridge things. So, my hope for people is when they see comedy that they love, that they enjoy it. But they don't necessarily think, well, that person telling that joke is now probably should be a politician and run a country. And if they see someone they don't like, that person might not be the devil. They might just be someone who said something that triggered something in you, and it's not fun, and you don't deserve to feel bad. But also, maybe we could take a second and figure out what part of that's coming from you, what part of that's coming from the other person, like take 5. I think comedy is a good place to play with that, ideally, because there's people go as close to the line and then over the line. So, and the lines are different for everyone. So you're going to run into that more. And it could be hopefully a lower stakes kind of a time to play with increasing our ability to show up and be in dialogue and be around people who think differently than us, which I think is something that we kind of all need to make an active, we all need to figure that out a little bit more. And you have to with comedy, because you never know who's going to be in the audience, unless it's a specific show that your friend's running and you know that it's all your friends or something, or all people who kind of think like you. But so, yeah, I think that's something I hope for comedy and then the world. I think the nice thing about filming this set was I was in front of an audience that loved me implicitly for my queer identities, and I knew was going to be so on board for that. But knowing that it was going to be filmed and that my dad would see it, and then whoever else is just out there in the world watching TELUS is going to see that, and I don't know who those people are. And I'm not normally faced with having a set filmed and having to think about where else this lives. And so kind of addressing my dad in that joke, it was a real thing, because I don't want to leave him or anyone else out of the joke. And I think it's also, if I tell a gender joke to people who are already on board with gender, that's just fun for us. And now we're a stronger in-group. I don't know if that's actually what needs to be happening now, though. We need to feel safe. Great. If we're doing okay with that, well, now how am I talking to my dad or other folks who don't necessarily just use the word cis hetero as their day-to-day, and how am I also reminding the people in the space that there are other people, and that this joke is supposed to be for them too, and how am I doing that in the most gentle way possible? So that's kind of what I was hoping for that joke. And I think I could kind of hear a little trickle of laughter where people are like, oh yeah, other people exist. And you're like, yeah, that's it. And we don't all have to hang out all the time. But once in a while, we will have to all vote for something. So let's just keep it chill.
We love to make you laugh with all the jokes we have. That's why we do what we do. You're why we are funny. Richmond to Surrey, Delta and Deep Cove. We love to make you laugh. We love to make you laugh. We love to make you laugh. Vancouver, we love your laugh. It's YVR Funny.